Welcome back to Cask and Point. Today we're going to be trying something pretty fun. So, as many of you know, I love Stagg Jr. It's my favorite bottle in the Buffalo Trace portfolio, and I think for MSRP and for secondary, you're looking at a bottle that's really, really incredible. And while I don't run out and buy every single batch that I see, I've really been a fan of all of them. I've tried every single batch that exists other than a select few older ones, and I've tried a lot of store picks and I absolutely love them. Today we're going to be trying a pretty crazy store pick. So store picks range in proof from about 120 to 146.6 at the highest. The second highest is 144.2, the third highest is 143.4, and then this is 142.2. Now, I don't know if this is the fourth highest store pick, it probably isn't. It's probably 6th or 7th, but its odds are one of the top 10 highest proof Stagg Jr. store picks ever released in the market, and these have lasted for about 5 years now, so there are quite a few picks out there, probably a couple hundred, and so pretty crazy that it's Hazmat here, and I'm really excited for it. We're going to try it against 22A today, one of my favorite batches, just see how it stacks up, and I'll just say, just by looking at them, the color is much richer, much deeper on it, so I think we're going to have a lot of fun. But before we begin, I do have a little bit of a crazy story to tell on this bottle that I felt I needed to share with you all. So, it turns out that this pick was for a group called Sunset Mart. Sunset Mart is in California, because if there's ever a Stagg store pick, it's of course going to California, because that's where the entire Sazerac market will go. And apparently though, some guys from Kentucky somehow got the bottle. It seems like it was misdelivered to a liquor store, and then that liquor store got 8 cases and said, okay, and just sold them all for $250 each. And so a lot of people bought that bottle, and basically over the course of about 2 hours, the secondary market on them got flooded with these bottles. All these guys going to flip this bottle, try to make $200, $300 out of it. And so people were pretty shocked, and of course the first few of them sold pretty easily, and then after that people got very suspicious. And it is a little bit unclear really what happened here. It seems like a liquor store in California was supposed to get the bottle, a liquor store in Kentucky ended up accidentally getting the bottle, selling them because they got them in, and they'll make their money off of it and call it a day. And then pretty much everybody that bought them went and resold them and made a lot of money off of them. So I don't really know if this is a good pick. I'm not really sure if we're going to see this pick drop later on. Apparently it was supposed to drop in California in March. It is currently February, so we really don't know what's going on with it, but we do know that it's 142.2 proof. So a little bit of weird lore behind this bottle. I want to see if it's all that good. I was able to secure myself a bottle. I'll be honest, it was not cheap, but I have a bottle, and for that proof, I just couldn't really pass it up. I wanted to do the review, wanted to compare here with you guys. I've tried one Hazmat store pick before, it was 140.4 proof. I actually tried it in London. It was a great time. I was with my girlfriend, and that was absolutely incredible, and it's, to this day, the best Stagg store pick I've ever tried. I've tried probably around a dozen at this point, between 130 and 140.4 proof. So 142.2, high hopes. Let's get right into it. Let's warm up with a little bit of Stagg 22A. On the nose here, you're going to get your good old sherry. Shockingly so. You're going to get spice, you're going to get oak, you're going to get vanilla, you're going to get honey. I mean, your pretty typical Stagg profile here. It's good. There's a lot of heat on Stagg 22A. Does get a little bit herbal towards the end, a little bit oaky towards the end. So much going on here, so much flavor, so much richness. Really an absolutely incredible pour. I've long rated Stagg 22A an 8.2. I continue to agree with that. Absolutely incredible. Actually, I have a Stagg 22A here. I guess here, we'll take this out, and now we can really show the comparison. I really love 22A. I love this bottle. Good amount of heat on it. Good amount of caramel, good amount of cherry, good amount of spice on it. I'm really nothing to complain on this one. This is an 8.2 in my books. Very solid. But let's see how much better or worse the Hazmat is. So this Hazmat should be clearly better. I mean, should be very, very easily better. On the nose, there's a lot of richness, but the nose actually isn't all that different. It's actually slightly more mellow, weirdly enough, and this is a fresh crack, which could definitely play a role in things. Actually, as I get into it, there's definitely a little bit more heat kick on there. Definitely a little bit oakier than the 22A. A relatively similar profile, but I will say there's a lot more of that musty oak. Like, the smell's a good bit older than 22A, which is interesting. Obviously, I mean, a store pick of anything that's a typically batched product should be a good bit better than that batched product. And when Stagg Jr. batches are already so good, a store pick should be that much better, and a Hazmat at that, I mean, I have high hopes. Let's take a sip. Interesting. Interesting. There's a good bit of heat on it. A good amount of cherry. Good amount of oak on that. Interesting. It's good. I'm not absolutely blown away though. Like that's not an 8.5 to me. Definitely not as good as some store picks I've had. 142.2 proof. Now, unfortunately, given the backstory of this bottle, it is entirely possible that this actually isn't 142.2 proof because something really suspicious may have happened. Although odds are, I think it tastes 142 proof. I mean, there's a good amount of heat on this. It's hard to tell with these kinds of whiskeys. I mean, it's clearly at least 130. Like, there isn't absolute garbage in here. And as it opens up, it's definitely giving me this richer, mustier oak. Definitely getting a good amount of cherry on this as well. Yeah, I mean, overall, it's good. I think it's better than the 22A, but I'm not absolutely blown away. Now, standard secondary market on Hazmat picks, usually the bottom is about $400. The best is, somewhere probably in the, $600 to $700 range for like the 146.6. Sometimes even a little bit higher. It's gone up to $800. But at 142.2, standard mark has been around $500. This pick obviously kind of tanked the secondary market for the best. I mean, I'm all for secondary markets tanking in general. And when people kind of race to try to get their money on the secondary market, the prices just inevitably fall, which isn't a bad thing. Yeah, I mean, it's good. Yeah, all right, well, let's take a second sip here and see what we think. It's not bad. Definitely not bad at all. But not blowing me away. Not super impressive on this one. It's oaky. It's rich and oaky. There's a lot of cherry on it. But it kind of just tastes like the kind of barrel that you buy because it says it's Hazmat on it and you know that Hazmat will sell. But you didn't pick the best barrel. Wow. I mean, this is disappointing. Mediocre. Like, it's still an 8. Like, it's not bad. I mean, I'm going to go back to the 22A and see if I like that objectively more before I give this one a rating. But the fact that it's in the range is what's disappointing to me. It's not bad. It's really not bad. Wow. All right, well, let's take this third sip here, and then let's try the other one, and let's give it a rating. Yeah, and further sips, it's not getting better. There's a good amount of cherry on that. Really rich oak on that one. Really, really rich oak on that one. But my expectations are high when a bottle is, $400, $500 on secondary markets. Not easy to come by, 142.2 proof. But the Hazmat picks that I've had have been a good bit better than that. I should say the one Hazmat pick that I've had has been a good bit better than that, but I've had 138 proof picks a couple times, and they've been better than that as well. Back to 22A here. Let's see if this one is just super light in comparison, and maybe I'm just a little bit crazy. Let's see what 22A gives us. It's similar. It's similar. You're really splitting hairs on that one to say which one is better. I mean, I do think the Stagg Hazmat is better. Okay, it's a little bit better, but it's not that much better. Like, it's not blowing me away. It's not bad. It's not the bottle that, I'm disappointed that I have. It's not a bottle that I think I would want backups of, though. I think it's good. I think it's really good, but meh. I think, you try something, sometimes you spend a lot of money and you're not always super satisfied with what you buy. But you gotta take the risk sometime and you gotta enjoy it. So anyways, I mean, I enjoyed this. I really like this. But I was hoping it was a little bit better, and today it wasn't like that, but we'll see. I mean, we have the bottle now, so we'll see what opens up over time. I mean, we're going to keep this, we're going to keep it around, we're going to try it. We're probably going to try it 5 more times on this channel over the next, few months and years maybe. So it's cool to have, and it's 142.2 proof. But anyways, I hope you all enjoyed this. I hope you all have a lovely rest of your day, and I'll catch you all in the next one.